Full Throttle Chevy here. Welcome to another LS swap video. Today I'm going to be mounting the battery tray. First of all, I'm gonna let me get some light over here. First of all, I'm gonna remove this voltage regulator for the old alternator. I don't need it anymore. This is a 3-wire alternator, 2 wires that go to the computer, and then 1 wire that goes to the battery. So I don't need this thing. Free up some space there and some wiring. I don't need all this wiring here, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Alright, I started taking electrical tape off, trying to figure out what I gotta do here. So I'm gonna put this terminal thing right here, and I'm gonna mount my cab power, my engine power to this, and then the wire that goes to the battery, and I'll put a fuse right next to the battery, and then I'll be able to get rid of that thing. There we go. So now I gotta extend this wire here, and this wire too, actually all of them. These two I'm gonna put together into one larger wire and bolt it right there. This one is my one that runs into the cab. It's like Keon or Constant or something like that. And this one, I'm really not sure, but I know that both of these need 12 volts. Right now I'm gonna route my wire, my MAP sensor wiring up through here and plug it in, and then I'll throw my starter on there. Alright, I ran the MAP sensor wiring around here, put some lume on it. Looks pretty good. I still need to zip tie it up a little bit right here so it's not touching the radiator. Just keep it like right here, tight up against the core support. Well, other than that, it's pretty much done. Alright, I got cab power, engine power, and whatever this third one is. I got those all hooked up to the post. Kind of tidied up a little bit. Throw some lume on there after I know it works. Right now, though, I got to put the battery tray in there. Try to get it as low as possible. Got these from the junkyard. This is off of a Silverado 5.3. It's got the fusible link here for the alternator and starter wire, starter cable. So what I got to do here is cut this side post thing off here. I hate side post batteries. And then I'll put one of these on right here. I like these things a lot. You know, if you're working on when I work on cars, I always disconnect the battery, and these make it really nice, simple. I think they're made for boats, but I've used them for years and haven't had any trouble with them, so that's what I'm going to use. Alright, before I go too far with this, I want to make sure that the battery is going to fit under the hood. I got the tray in there. I got 2 bolts holding it on right now. There's going to be a bracket that comes up from here and bolts here, so then I'll have 3 bolts holding it on. Should clear the hood just fine. Looks to be about 4 inches from the battery. Alright, you can see I got the bracket all finished up. That's gonna bolt right to that corner piece there. Cut off some extra metal I didn't need, so now it's nice and squared up. It's pretty good. I just gotta drill a hole right here. Alright, the tray is bolted in. There, and there. And it is really, really strong. It doesn't even move at all. So now we can move on to battery cables. Alright, stuck a battery in there so I can mock up my cables. Here's the ground. Grounded right there. Hopefully it'll be alright grounding it to the aluminum head. Shouldn't be a problem there. And then that runs up here to my quick disconnect here. And then I have this cable, which is the ground for the core support, which grounds all the lights and anything that runs that grounds on the core support. I ended up grounding it right there instead of running it all the way over here with this one. Alright guys, negative and positive are both hooked up. Show you my junction thing here. Goes off to the alternator. Hooks up right there. Then it goes around underneath the engine, across the cross member, and that's where the starter is going to hook up to. And we got our power wire here. And it works.
Breaker 19, this here's a rubber duck. You got a copy on me, big fan, come on.
It's a really crappy day. Raining like crazy. Look at those big... Oh, there's thunder. Look at those big puddles in the yard. Really wet. Hasn't rained this much in a while. Painted the starter. It's really not the best looking starter, but I know it works. This came with the engine when I bought it. And I did hear the engine run, and I know this works. So I'm just going to go for it and use this one. No big deal if I have to change it out. Real easy. And then I did pick up some starter bolts from the junkyard because I'm cheap. These things are about $20 on eBay. So I picked up these from the junkyard for pretty much free. I always bring these little things up to the window and show them. Some people will take little stuff like this and won't think anything of it, but I consider it stealing. I always show these little things, and they usually just give it to you for free. There's the starter up in there. It's kind of hard to see, but there it is. Now, the torque specs for the starter is 37 foot-pounds. So, that's what I'm going to do. I got my torque wrench here. Alright, the starter's torqued down. Now I got to take my cable here, route it up nice, put it on that terminal, and zip tie it where it's not going to rub on anything. And I got a loom on there, and that should help too. Well, I got the positive cable hooked up to the starter now, and hook up my switch. Alright, I found some leftover loom from when I did the wiring harness, and that'll work out good. I even get my loom from the junkyard. I'm that cheap. Well, there's the starter all hooked up. Got the switch wire there, and then the battery cable on that side. Putting all the fluids in. Transmission fluid. I just put the engine oil in. Alright, let's bump the starter, see what happens. It works. How about that? So now I know it turns over. I cannot wait to get the fuel system on there so that I can start this. Well, that's going to be the end of this video. I gotta put a starter on my daily driver out there, Saturn. I guess it's starter day. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.